spawns from the scopes underneath us, yet Galbrena brings hellfire from the sky. As if the heaven itself has forsaken us, we will have to pull yet another character, because Wuwa won't stop releasing amazing character designs, and honestly, I need a break, Chief, because Galbrena is looking phenomenal. Galbrena is our next fusion pistol wielding character, and she comes with a bang. Literally, she has a shotgun pistol, so she'll be lighting up the battlefield with actual fire. Not only is she the fusion goat, she brings a powerful state straight from hell, the demon hypostasis state. She gives major Bayonetta vibes, and the way she contorts her body to shoot down the enemies is something to seriously gaze at. My name is VoidEnigma, and let's fire up Galbrena, the upcoming Wuthering Waves Resonator. I'll be discussing her kit, echoes, weapons, and team options, and you will be liking the video, because we need to make an equivalent exchange since Galbrena is bringing demons into the mix after all. I won't ask for your soul, and neither will she, so subscribe as well if you're enjoying the content so far. Galbrena is a character that specializes in echo and heavy attack damage, but most of her damage comes from echoes. Not using echoes, but using the parts of her kit that actually is considered echo skill damage. She likes to be paired with other echo skill users as they help her output crazy damage, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Galbrena has two portions of her forte gauge, Sin Flame and After Flame, but let's talk about Sin Flame first. This is filled by using any portion of her kit. Her basic attacks, her heavy attacks, her resonant skill, dashes, and dodge counters. They all raise her Sin Flame. You can combo all of these moves together with great proficiency and even hop into the air and rain down hellfire with her resonant skill or just using a normal hop. Additionally, she can dash between her moves to actually deal damage to enemies along her path, and they won't even interrupt her combo. Super fun character to mess around with in the overworld, but for actual combat, she won't really be using a whole lot of this as she'll be able to raise her Sin Flame pretty quickly when used correctly. Now her After Flame is gained when each unique echo skill is used in the party. She needs about 5 echo skills to actually cap this out. In other words, 3 from your team and then 2 additional unique echo casts from someone like Cancerella. This increases the multiplier on her most powerful state, the Demon Hypostasis. She activates her Demon Hypostasis by using her enhanced resonance skill when her Sin Flame is full, that little bit of attacking that she does before that raised that one gauge that she actually gets to unleash. This will put her in the majestic demon fueled state, Demon Hypostasis. Before we talk about that though, let's talk about the ways to buff this mode first. Firstly, as we discussed, the more echo skills that are used in the team, the more powerful this is going to be, but you can also greatly amplify the damage by just using her Resonance Liberation before actually activating this attack. The Liberation must be used in order to greatly enhance her demonic state, so energy regen is a vital substat to actually have. In this state, most of her attacks will be similar, but they'll be greatly enhanced as far as damage and a little more fire flaring out. The first 3 hits are considered heavy attack, and it's just a slight enhancement to her original combo, and the last 2 hits are where you get a spectacle. She will flare out her wings, dealing a huge blast of fusion damage, and then she will end it all with a Bayonetta kick to the enemy's ribs. She'll be able to do this combo about 2 times, and this will deplete her gauge, ending the Demon Hypostasis mode. Her gameplay consists of using other characters' unique echo skills to power up her mode, and then she'll be able to utilize any part of her kit to actually build up her forte. Once all of that is filled, both of these gauges, she'll be able to activate the Demon Hypostasis mode with her enhanced resonance skill, and with this, she'll unleash a huge spurt of damage, and finally she could use her outro, which will also deal a ton of fusion damage, and you can go back to using your other character's echo skills and buffing her even more. She pairs exceptionally well with Cancerella thanks to her being the one character that actually has unique echo skill cast, but she also works very well with the Lupa team when paired with Brant. It's not quite as strong as with Changli, and she has very similar damage output with this particular team, even though you won't be capping out on her echo skills. Another thing to consider, since we had this echo set for at least 2 patches now, with no characters currently using it, I can only suspect that there will be another echo character that's going to actually join the fray, and maybe a vital partner to Galbrena. When that character comes out, I can assume that Cancerella will still be used in the team as a healer, or she can be used in the team as a healer, but Shorekeeper would probably be better as she'll be able to buff both of these units pretty well. Mainly because Cancerella only buffs resonant skill damage with her outro as well as Havoc, which is not going to be a good fit for Galbrena. With the kit details out the way, let's talk about echoes, although we've already been talking about echoes. Wuwa characters nowadays just don't have 5 set pieces anymore, do they? Well, Galbrena is yet another character that's going to be using a 3-piece set, the Flame Wing Shadow set, which is a brand new fusion set that she'll mainly be using. It buffs heavy attack and echo skill damage, and since it's a 3-piece set, you want to pair it with the other fusion set, either the Molten Rift or Lupa's set that she actually uses. The main echo pieces are going to be the Kororosaurus, and it's a 3-cost piece, so keep that in mind. There isn't really a good 4-cost piece that will work great with her, so she wants to actually use that 4-cost piece in the lower slots, which is going to be this guy here. And you'll also want to pair that with another elite piece that is either a fusion damage piece or an attack piece. And for the common pieces, of course we're going to be going with attack. She can use the Molten Rift set as well while you actually get this set together, so keep that in mind, and it can be kind of like a holder until you get the full new set pieces. For the substats, prioritize energy regen until you have around 120 to 130% because her liberation is vital to her damage and must be used every rotation. Then, you want crit rate and crit damage, attack and heavy attack damage. That's going to be perfect for her. Echo's done, and for the character specializing in echoes, that was easy, yeah? Now, let's talk about her weapons. Galbrena has 3 weapon options, so listen up or you may miss it. Her damage profile is actually kinda new, being heavy attacks, and we haven't had any pistol user that actually specializes in that, meaning that her signature weapon has some insane value. Lux and Umbra is a very powerful choice for her, as this weapon increases heavy attack damage when you use an echo skill, and what do you know, it increases echo skill damage when you use a heavy attack. A perfect combo for this dual pistol weapon. When you actually have both of the buffs, she's going to be able to ignore the enemy's defense as well, so it's a really exceptional weapon. Her next best option is going to be the Static Mist, which gives you some much needed energy regen and a fat base attack stat, but other than that, it's just a decent choice as the passive is not at all useful. She can increase the next character's attack by 10%, which can be situationally useful if you're using her in like a unique quick swap setup or with the Lupa team, but still, she's the main DPS and she's going to want that buff, not other characters. But the Static Mist is going to be a great standard weapon. Other 5-star weapons are probably going to be better than her 4-star options, as they're merely just stat sticks. Although, the Last Dance can be very great as it's a huge crit damage substat, so it might be worth using. She also has a special new Battle Pass weapon which gives her some decent crit rate and a heavy attack buff. The thing about this though is that most of her damage is really considered echo skill damage, not heavy attack. The heavy attack helps, but just not by that much. It's a decent option, but I feel that Static Mist is going to be better because of the base attack that it's going to be giving. Now let's talk teams. I have a whole other video diving into this topic fully, but Galbrena is a character that severely relies on her teammates. Thinking about it, what Wuwa character actually doesn't? But her Demon Hypostasis event is severely powered up by unique echo skills, and each team has 3 echoes to begin with, 1 per character, but she wants 5, which is why Cantarella is a great teammate for her. She is the only character who's capable of allowing Galbrena to reach that cap. As of now, Frolova comes to mind, but Frolova actually does not have any echo skill cast. She does echo skill damage, but is not really considered an echo skill cast, so she won't be that helpful for Galbrena. Putting that aside, however, a great team is Galbrena, Frolova, and Cantarella, as they perfectly buff one another. Cantarella buffs Frolova, and Frolova is actually going to buff Galbrena's heavy attack, as Galbrena is a partial heavy attack user. Along with this, you can use Cantarella with a heavy attack buffer, such as Yuno or Mortifi with great success, but let's say that we just skip the echo requirements, and that actually opens up one more team for her. And this might in fact be her best team. Mono Fusion really doesn't care about damage types, as it's all about Lupa buffing the entire team and letting their damage ignore defense, and it's just really good overall. She works as a great replacement for Chang Li in the Mono Fusion team, but Chang Li performs better here than actually Galbrena. So while she won't be out damaging Chang Li in this team, she can compete, since Galbrena cannot fully unleash her capabilities because she's not able to use all of the echo skills. But another team that can work really well is Lupa, Galbrena, and Shorekeeper. This doesn't give as much buffs as the Mono Fusion team, but it does buff Galbrena to an insane caliber, as Shorekeeper's buffs are still pretty significant, and Lupa applying a little bit more buffs and a little bit of a fusion damage buff with her outro skill. That's going to be really good for Galbrena. Now, Galbrena is a weird character that has some weird requirements, and sadly, those requirements are not here yet. So this is what we have to work with. In the future, when we have characters that actually perhaps buff echo skill damage and use more echo skills, then Galbrena can really have a more perfectly suited team. We still have Chisa and Chiyuan, so just wait for them and let's see how they shake up the meta. Galbrena is a phenomenal character in the right hands, and she's the start of the dedicated echo skill team. We've already been building on that concept, but it's kind of straight off into multiple directions, so I wonder how they will take this to the next level. Galbrena has the most peak design, and the demon aura she emits is perfection. But I really feel like, from what we've experienced already, Cardathia splitting the world, Yuno flying in the air raining down arrows, and Augusta literally stopping time, Galbrena seems kind of lackluster. Like, yeah, she has the kind of the flair, and she has the kind of the kick, but like, is that all we're really getting? She's missing that piece to really make her stand out as far as design. I wish that her demon mode was actually something completely crazy and unique, where she flew in the air and shot down arrows, but it's a cool kit. But is it cool enough? I don't think so. I'm on the edge to pull for her personally, but let me know what you all think. Are you gonna grab Galbrena no matter what, or are you gonna hold off until the next rerun to see if more characters come out that support her, or maybe she still has something up her sleeve when she gets released? Like the video, as that's the best way to support the channel, and we really need the support now. Thanks so much for watching. This has been VoidEnigma, out.